One, two, three, four. Doom. The lights and the cameras and the bells and the whistles and everything's moving. It is Thursday, November 16th. This is Bottom of the Glass Nation. Let me tell you why. Welcome, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a great show for you tonight. And I want to tell you, Generation X makes us extras, does it not? Where we became a legion of wandering jabronis, a legion of extras, formed into a nation of extras drinking from the bottom of the glass. Therefore, we are the Bottom of the Glass Nation. Please don't make me drink alone. I've been drinking alone most of my life. I don't mind doing it, but I prefer to drink with friends, if you understand what I'm saying. There's times to drink alone. There are times to drink alone. For me, this night is not one of them. Hopefully it's not for you either. Raise the glass to kick this pig and get the party started. All right, let's go. Wouldn't be good to choke on for your first drink of the night, would it? No. That would be bad. All right, so there's some framing in mind. See what's going on in the background. We have stuff in between the sheets. I got some stuff already going on over here, so let me read them. If you don't know what the sheets are, Google Docs or Google Sheets. Little separate monitor to my left, your right, and some of the moderators on Facebook, on Rumble, on YouTube. If you say something important, they'll copy and paste it so I don't miss it. If you say something stupid, it's going to get erased and you're going to get banned and asked not to come. That's the same thing as here's your hat, here's your coat, there's a door. What's your hurry? Got it? Understand? Okay, so let me go over here. So that's now at the top. And Werewolf 2004 gifted 5 memberships, which are really hard to read on this one. Patricia Gary, Peter, Matthew Cole, and Justin Hart. Rick Brown got some stuff. Joseph Little Birthday, $2. Looking for a local CDL job in Las Vegas, plus I'm a whore. Joseph, well, now I'm hoping that's not literal, unless you're whoring out your commercial driver's license services. You're like, I need a job in Las Vegas and I'm a whore. You put those two together, something different's going to come to mind. You're going to get in trouble with Low Torque for aggressive advertising, for aggressive sales. You tipped the scale already. Low Torque's going to listen to this tomorrow, and he's going to call me and go, tell Joseph, no, we don't like aggressive sales on Gen X Talks. That's an inside joke from last year in Las Vegas. We were all there. Robert Bob Hoffman. That is not your name. Your mom did not name you Bob. Robert Hoffman. No one, you didn't get named. That's over on Facebook. Come on, Bob. That's not true. Your mom didn't name you Robert Bob Hoffman. That's like, here's my son, John James Jimmy Jerusalem. No, it's not true. Is that true? Watching from the emergency room as long as I have internet and a battery. Well, the emergency room is a fine establishment for modern technology, and you'll probably be good for the rest of the night. I would suspect. Not even asking why you're there, am I? I just got to the point of make sure you can watch the show. That's dedication for Gen X Talks. Rowdy Bobby, 18, member for 13 months. Bottom of the Glass Nation. Rowdy Bobby's been a part of this program for a very, very long time. Even General, 13 months on this bus, and I'm still here, never have a plan on leaving. Hey, Rowdy Bobby, I got some good news for you. I just got in contact, person to person today, with a cartoonist. You know how you can have exaggerated, funny pictures, the cartoon apps. We put this up a couple weeks ago. You remember Animal House, the movie, and how the playbill had, the poster had the Animal House in cartoon, and it had John Belushi in a cartoon. It had everybody in cartoon. It was little exaggerated features. That's what we're making with the bus, a sideways view of RJG's infamous Gen X Talks bus. And we got a room for probably 20 or 25 people, maybe a little more, inside the bus, outside the bus, at the steering wheel, hanging off the back. It's going to be a crazy picture, and I'm working with the person right now, just in the beginning stages, but we're going to contract with them to draw us a big bus picture that can have everybody on it. A lot of the action, we can't fit everybody, but there's going to be a lot of the prominent figures that are there. We have to have Josh Maddox with the bus running over him. That was a mandatory thing. We put it to a vote, 9,000 votes and 8,999 yeses run over Josh Maddox in the picture. One was Josh Maddox saying, please don't run me over in the picture. So we're running Josh over in the picture, but he will be in the picture, I promise you. And it'll be a profile of his ass, and everyone knows what that looks like, so we're good to go. Can tell it's him. Daman Chandler, member for 5 months. He's an extra. Thank you, Daman. And he's dead. We get to the bottom, and that the new play is in motion here. I like that. Brother Bruns, member for 2 months. Bottom of the Glass Nation. Hello, peeps. Brother Bruns checking in. Daniel. Now, see, we got Robert Bob and Dan Daniel. I can't. Is this you guys are fucking with me tonight, right? Is this like 2 for Tuesday on KLOS? I don't know what's going on, but somebody's telling me it's 2 for Tuesday. Dan Daniel, evening, sir. Thanks for the shirt from the trivia. Love it. You're welcome, Dan. I hope you wear that and have some good conversations with people. Sean McCarthy from the personal page. General, there's a few stars for you. And Gen X Mom, the bottom of the Glass Nation. Thank you very much. 100 stars sent. That's good enough to kick things off, man. Facebook has to represent with some stars, man. You guys are going to get your ass kicked by YouTube. Russell Covey, did Michael Jackson show up yet? 50 stars sent. No, you didn't. I gave the 600. For those of you who don't know, if you didn't watch the program all the time, shame on you. But if you missed last episode, we got a personal little thing on Facebook from Michael Jackson. It said he's not dead. He says, I'm not dead, and I want to come back to America, and I want to produce music. I need $600. I couldn't get to the Cash App button fast enough, man. Wouldn't you pay $600 to get Michael Jackson back from the dead and making music? I would. Why not? Participated. Justin Ingersoll, formerly of Ingersoll Rand Company. My son is 22 today. He is an amazing man that I am proud of. Well done. Is it Justine? It's Justine. It is Justine Ingersoll. So she married into the Ingersoll Rand Company, unless she didn't take her husband's last name, which is a huge issue if you're a mechanic. My son is 22 today. He's an amazing man that I'm proud of. Well, Justine, if you raise the man that you can be proud of, then we're all going to stand with you, because those are few and far between. Christina let's back up. Christina Dvorak, member for 6 months, bottom of the Glass Nation, loving life on this awesome bus ride. Christina, I got a special place on the bus for you, dear. You gonna like it too. Diane Capuano, Gen X dad. Besides handsome, what's your name? What?
Good looking.
We got handsome. We got good looking. We got strong. We got emotionally stable.
Honey Boo Boo Bear.
My idiot son, Gen Z kid on the other microphone. If you haven't noticed.
When you said Christina Dvorak and you went, I was thinking you were going to go like, Christina Dvorak.
No, I didn't do that. It didn't cross my mind. All right, so we're scrolling back up. All right, I'm done with the sheets, talking about the peeps and the cheats. Now we're going over here, looking in the comment section. Who is here? Oh, thank God, Sweet. Oh, she called me Pop Pop.
That's another one. Pop Pop.
Sweets called me Pop Pop. All right, Sweets, I'll drink to that one. Pop Pop. So that's what my wife's grandkids call me, because I'm too young to have grandkids, so they can't be mine. Okay. Here we go. So who's in here? Sweets is in here. I'm glad she's here. I got a surprise for her later. Noelle. Two Bears swinging a big blue wrench. Who else is swinging a big blue wrench? Mrs. Four Watton and Two Bears swinging the moderators tonight. And if you're looking in a Facebook personal page, you're looking for the name Sammy Joe.
Yep.
And if you're on the Facebook Blue page, you're looking for Lionheart OG. He's your moderator. Sammy's the moderator. If you're looking for a moderator to complain to question, to talk to, on one Facebook page is Sammy Joe, and the other one is Lionheart OG. In YouTube, you're looking for Mrs. Four Watton or Two Bear.
Me.
And in Rumble, you're looking for Josh Maddox, I think. Might not be Josh. It actually may be Gen X Talks over there. But in any case, tonight, if you run into Trippy Pineapple, he's a floater. He can appear in anywhere, on any platform, at any form, at any time. He's Mr. Invisible till he pulls the string and appears right in front of you. It's a good thing. You never want to quit on Trippy Pineapple. Werewolf 2004, member for 9 months. KGXT Studios level member, 3 more months till I get my big red one. Been hanging on the top of this bus and surfing all the way. Hey, anybody who's on Facebook, anybody who's got their big red 1 has been here at least a year and is coming up on a big red 2 or something similar. If you're on Facebook and you see someone go by with their subscriber badge, they have access to the General's Lunchbox, which is a page that's a Gen X Talks private page. 3 years of behind the scenes footage, but you got to subscribe. You got to go to the General's Lunchbox on Facebook and you got to subscribe. Now, Werewolf 2004, he's a member in YouTube. YouTube members, if you get a little green name in YouTube, you have the same access to the same type of thing, but it's in the community section. So there's places you can go to see all kinds of cool stuff. I promise you, it's out there. It's only $1, man. Come on. I hate fucks. Where have you been? No, I'm chastising you right now, man. Where have you? I hate fucks. I haven't seen your name flow through here in so long. I've been doing the whole show by myself, carrying it. I rely on you, and you disappear, and I got to do the whole thing without you. You know what? We'll talk later, man. You cut me. You cut me deep, man. I'm telling you. I hate fucks. Remember, for 19 months, I still have the screenshots of Pop-Up in his Santa outfit. That is never going to go away. I pulled all those from all the subscriber sites. I figured some of you assholes probably copied and saved it. All right, that serves me right. All right. I'll stand down. I'm not going to beat you guys up too bad. Anthony Brooks' personal page on Facebook. General, I got an engraved Jack Daniels bottle I want to send to you. Whoa. Is that true? Anthony Brooks, is that a true thing? If you
Who
do,
should he email?
The moderator should have been Johnny on it and given you our P.O. box, which is just down the street from me because that's where we can receive alcohol and tobacco and stuff. If the moderator should have saw that and said, oh, let me get you the address. I don't remember what the address is, but it's also at the bottom of genxtalks.com. It's a personal mailbox all the way at the bottom. It's where all of our emails and all of our addresses and stuff like that. And everybody's phone number is on there. If you want to call us individually, every staff member, including myself, has a phone number. It's coincident that it all goes to Sammy Joe. That's just coincidence that it all goes to Sammy Joe. I'm just letting you know. But that's what it's doing. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I'm reading the sheets. I can't read the sheets. You have the mouse. He's doing something. All right. The shoeless one, $2. Where's the glass? Wow. Where is the glass? There it is. Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. Go to your side of the studio.
Go to your side.
Go to your side of the studio. Yeah, that's right. That's a great idea. Put a curtain up here. What? Oh, yeah. Hey, there he is.
I went like this and I put a curtain up there.
Yeah, we should put a curtain right across the middle of the studio right there. Get back on your side of the studio right now. Walk your narrow ass over. Yeah, get your blankie and go sit down on your side of the studio.
I got my blankie. Also, you see the overhead light? Is my camera working?
Yeah, your camera's not working yet. I haven't turned it up.
Try it.
All right, so anyway, that's what I'm trying to tell you is the kid's doing his thing. He's on the wrong side of the studio. There needs to be like some international date line here, and you can't cross it.
You want to be on this side of the studio.
I do not want to be on your side of the studio.
Because you want to be in front of the AC. I'm freezing. You're hot.
I feel great right here. My temperatures are content.
Well, right now it is.
You know what?
This would be a better relationship if you were on this side.
We have everything for me set up on this side of the studio.
I know. It's too late to go back.
We can't go back right now and change everything. All my gear is right here.
I know. It's too late to go back because you're over there and I'm over here.
And what do you want to do? Move the AC then? Is that your plan?
No, because then it looks stupid on the other side where everyone can see it, you know?
Well, that's true. All right.
I'm saying, well, in the inception of the studio.
Look, we didn't do
We should have had the foresight.
Okay, this was our first studio. We were guessing, we're making shit up as we go along, so we didn't get it right. All right, Laura, Big Red One, member for 20 months here on YouTube. Legion of X. Hello to my handsome general and in the bottom of the Glass Nation family. You know, do you guys ever look at Laura's picture? It's just perfect. She's like the most perfect little white girl there is in here. She's got that picture, boom, got that quirky smile, got her makeup on, got her hair pulled back. She's ready to just go out and have a good time. And that's why I love her so much. I've never met her in person. I fall in love with the picture. You know, she could be a 500-pound truck driver from New Jersey. I wouldn't know because I just see the picture. Oh, that's the way it is, I guess. Two Bear, member for 20 months, level KGXT Studios. It's time to drink, Jen. Well, if the truth is at the bottom of this glass and I have to drink all the liquid refreshment in this glass to get to the bottom, to get to the truth, well, I don't like alcohol, but it's something I'm willing to do for you folks. All right? One sip at a time. All right, so Two Bear put that in 20 months. Two Bear's been on staff around here forever and a day. He is our security guy. He handles a lot of stuff. I bounce a lot of stuff off of Two Bear before I bring it out even to the rest of staff. I have conversation with him. He is an incredibly good confidant for me on guiding. He's got a really solid opinion on stuff. He shoots straight. He'll tell me if I'm fucking something up. He'll go, "You fucked that up." And he's usually right on that. Doesn't happen very often, but when it does, he's usually right on board. All right. I don't have a bunch of notes. All right. Let's clear that mess up right now. I do not have a bunch of notes. So we're going to go with pictures today because pictures are fun. We talked about before how on our phones, when you're talking, when you're looking at something, you look up, a pink vacuum cleaner, and then you move on. For the next 6 months, Google keeps putting up pictures of pink vacuum cleaners. Do you want to buy this pink vacuum cleaner? How about this pink vacuum cleaner? This pink vacuum cleaner is on sale. This is a 2-for-1 pink vacuum. As soon as you do it one time, they're all over you. Would you not agree? All right, we talked about that before. We've ran some profile testing on that before. So, keeping that in mind, this keeps popping up on my screen. How to soundproof a bedroom. 5 easy, affordable fixes for a quiet. As he goes through this thing, and I don't know who looked that up. It had to have been on the Gen X Talks thing. So I'm guessing it was the kid. Why he would want to know, I don't know, because I don't give a shit what he's doing in there. Well, that's true. I don't want to hear it. So maybe he is looking that up. But they had, when you click on this article, there's 5 ways to fix, and there's all these improvements. If you want your bedroom to be quiet, just marry my wife. There will be no noise in there at all. There will be no activity in there at all. There will be nothing but mounds of pillows and quilts that are all 6 inches thick, and all of them weigh 100 pounds each. The dogs have their own beds, so you never even hear them pitter-patting across the floor. They have some weird water container made out of some space Millennium Falcon rubber, so you can't even hear when the dogs drink. And there's no motion in my bedroom ever, except to and from the door to the bed. That's it. So you want to eliminate noise in the bedroom, marry my wife. You ain't getting shit. And I think you know exactly what I'm saying. But she's asleep right now, so it's not like she's going to kick in the studio door with a flamethrower and torch my ass. That comes later. All right. I thought this one was pretty cool. It was actually a real deal. I read the article, and it was real. I didn't think it was at first. I thought it was a joke. But NASA and Japan to launch the world's first wooden satellite as soon as 2024. I'm like, okay, that's bullshit. You can fucking wooden. Yeah, it's true. It was a true thing. It's a true story. It's a wooden satellite. But the the gig was, and I could tell you the whole 12 pages of this article, but the gig was on it was that a lot of it was made of wood because wood will not rot in the vacuum of space. Wood can stay up there just like any other substance as long as there's no foreign, as long as it doesn't get caught in a meteor shower or something. But here was the deal, man, and I thought this was kind of cool if it actually worked. Upon re-entry, if the satellite fails or it just wears out, upon re-entry, the wood burns up. The wood burns up coming back into space. You could build a big old honking satellite out there, and most of it, if it's wood, is going to burn up. Then all the metal pieces are now smaller. They're not encased in the metal housing. They burn up too. So if it really does work, it's cheaper to build. If they do it right, you can, it's kind of cool. Plus, you can also, the astronauts and the technical people at NASA, JPL, they can engrave their names on the side of it. That's kind of cool, right? A little wood burning, your name in the side. That's far out. And then they launch it out there. And when it comes back to Earth, it all poofs out. And I remember when Skylab fell. This was like eons ago, and I ever thought that Skylab was the Pacific Ocean's the biggest place on Earth. It'll probably fall there. And I remember a guy says, "What do you mean probably?" Well, we actually don't know where it's going to, It could hit New York City for all we know. So everybody was holding their breath the whole time. I don't remember where it fell. It didn't fall anywhere important. Nobody got hurt, which is good. But yeah, wooden satellites, man. Who would have thought the best thing was to go backwards, other than me and Marty McFly? There's 3 of us now. The dude at NASA, me, Marty McFly. We think it's better to go backwards. I'm telling you. All right, so that was another one. True story there. Now, I'm skipping around some of this. Some of the stories are just stupid. Let me jump over between the sheets and see what's going on over here. Again, the sheets are Google Sheets, Google Docs. They're on a screen to my left, your right, and I read from Facebook and Rumble the things that if I'm telling a story here, I can't read what your comments are. If you got a cool comment or something good to say, the moderators in your specific designated area are going to copy and paste it for you. It's going to come up over here. TS Jedi, $5. Turn my whole screen teal. Totally dig playing chess with you all. Yeah, because you beat me every time, dude.
Yeah, man. What the heck? I get whomped on by TS Jedi all the time.
I don't get whomped on. He strings my shit out. Hold on. Let me see if I can get you on screen, kid. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see.
I'm telling you, it's one of those.
Hold on.
You had them all blocked out.
I know I did. I had them all blocked out, but they're mom's camera. You may have to go run and sit in mom's.
I'm telling you, I'm there.
Oh, there you are.
Wow.
Hey,
See the light? I told you the light. I told you the light.
Turn it down, man. That's just bright.
It's a little bright.
That is some freaking bright light.
It works though.
All right. So what was TS Jedi playing chess with him? We play.
Yeah,
I don't remember our names, but you can play chess with us online. We play on our phones. Chess.com. I got like 9 games going right now, and I just sit down and every now and then I'll play all through all the turns on it. But TS Jedi, he lets me win he never lets me win. He lets me play along to the very end, and then he just crushes me like within 5 moves.
God, he waits until I make a mistake, and I just sit there like he didn't even outplay me. I just messed up because he plays like just. He doesn't make mistakes. So I'm like, how does this guy do this?
Yeah, he's pretty good. So I like playing with TS Jedi too.
Yeah.
What are our names on there? People go to chess.com. How do they play?
Gen X Dead 1967. If you want to add him. And I'm Gen Z Kid 05 or 05.
05.
Yeah, 05.
Well, that's the gig on that. But he's all right. So we can if you want to play
off me so I can change the light.
If you want to play chess with us, you go to chess.com, look up our names, and we'll play with you. It's free. It's fun. I'm not very good at the kids better than me. Insurmountable Cali Cat, member for 15 months, KGXT Studios. And she says, I won't be here Saturday, so saying it now. Thank you, General, and all Gen X Talks for being there for me and Disney Kid through the last year. It's the anniversary of the worst moment. You were there through it all. Thank you. You have a video coming your way. I don't know whether Gen X Mom has sent it or not, but you have an individual video coming your way that you requested, and I don't know whether she sent it to you or whether she's got it lost in the shuffle, but it's ready. Letting you know it's ready. I'll beat her up about it tomorrow. Michelle M, fuck me.
Huh?
That's a good start. I mean, anytime a chick jumps in and says, all right, fuck me, if you stop right there, you're already on a good path. 3 unanswered goals whoa, you guys took the thing away I was reading. 3 unanswered goals as frustrated as a crackhead without a lighter. Wow. 3 unanswered goals. Oh, okay. So we're talking soccer. I get that. 3 unanswered goals. At first, I thought it was goals in your life, but those aren't really things that get answered unless you want God to complete the goal for you. All right. Understand there. Michelle, I don't know what's going on, but I'm sorry you're upset by it. And if your crackhead inner self needs a fake lighter, we'd be happy to provide you with one. Oh, it's about hockey. Okay. Well, I didn't know. How am I supposed to know that shit? I'm not a hockey guy. I'm not a big hockey guy. All right, we had stuff, man. We're not done yet. Calm your takes and dits. Here we go. All right. Let me get my cursor back to where it belongs, and we'll read. Okay. I'll do something serious, and then we'll come back to something fun.
Guess who's in the YouTube chat?
Who is in the YouTube? Am I supposed to guess? President Trump.
Low Torque.
Low Torque. My man, that's funny because and when I get to the funny stuff, I'm actually talking about Low Torque. That was one of the funny things because when you talk about Low Torque, it's funny. So this is a thing. This is on a Fox News, but I've seen it on every channel, everywhere. Doesn't matter what news, what radio station. Gen Z employee is shocked by depressing 9-to-5 work schedule. This is becoming a thing all over the place. You know, we've all seen the little meltdown of the guy who's crying, the little Gen Z guy crying at Starbucks or Home Depot. When I got to go back out there and work, there's only 3 of us on the floor, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's a 1 in a million video. But it's representative of every article that I've read about Generation Z. Now, you can, in any generation, you can say they're a generation of pansies, but then you can find some Gen Z kids that are cool. Fair enough? All right. Good. Glad you're coming along with me on that. Now, so the gig is that the vibe of that entire generation, when it comes to the workforce, they're really struggling with the 9-to-5 work ethic. And the guys who are normally in charge are either Gen X or still boomers that are the big bosses. And they're arguing with the boomers. They're arguing with them saying, you can't keep us here 8 hours a day, man. That's just like, I don't care if you're paying us or not, man. That's just slavery with pay. I think they're missing the point of slavery entirely when they say that statement. But that's just me. What do I know? I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. Maybe they're right. Maybe a 40-hour work week, So there was actually some of the articles I read, some of the places agreed, said, okay, we'll cut you down. You don't have to work 40 hours. How about if you work 32 hours? How about if you have a 4-day work week? And they agreed to it. There's teams of Gen Z kids agreed to it at the place. I don't know, there's probably 10 or 11 of them. They all agree. So they go down to 32. Then they get their paycheck and go, hey, you shorted us pay, man. We didn't get our paycheck. Yeah, you did. You got paid for 32 hours. Well, I need all the money or I can't pay my bills. And they said, then you need to work all the hours. The Gen Zs actually came up to him and said, okay, this is how stupid you boomers are. This is how dumb you boomers are. You're missing the point. We want to work 32 hours because that's all we should have to do as human beings, man. But we need the full pay of the full 40 hours to pay our bills. Are you not getting this?
Hey, Dad.
Is everybody letting that sink in? Yeah.
Real quick, some of that I saw a long time ago that I thought was super interesting that could really work into a work schedule.
Yeah.
That it was called a weekend Wednesday. So it's like you work Monday, Tuesday, take Wednesday off, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday you work and you take Sunday off. And I saw a lot of companies doing that, and apparently like it increased productivity because you don't have 5 days of just like straight working. You get that little break.
But you don't get the 5 days pay either.
No. You're still working 5 days: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh, Saturday, you said.
Yeah. So and you're technically doing this right now. You know how we don't do a stream on Wednesday. You've even said, I don't even have to worry about a stream until Thursday.
Right. Right. We're
even
completely okay, I get what you're saying.
I think
it's a completely different idea, but as a dumb Generation X dude living in the past, I will tell you that growing up in my 20s and 30s, there is no fucking way I wouldn't want my 2 days off in a row. I wanted my 2 days off. And as I get older, I wanted one of them to be a weekday. I wanted Sunday, Monday off because there's shit I had to get done. And places used to be closed on Sundays. But man, you tell me, if you'd have told me at 22 years old, all right, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to work 5 days, but your days off are Wednesday and Sunday. I'd have said, go fuck yourself. I'll go look for another job. I had to have 2 days off in a row. At a younger age, I wouldn't even have felt like I had a day off. If you gave me Wednesday and Sunday, I wouldn't even have felt like I had a day off. Now, while I have your undivided attention, you got to tell me honestly, this lazy approach to work
is stupid. I don't get.
How do your friends who have jobs, do they complain like this? You got friends.
My friend Austin just got a job that he's working like, I think it's right now it's part-time, but he wants to work
But does he
full-time.
show up on time?
Yeah, he shows up on time. He works down at the mall. He shows up on time and he's like, I'm really eager to work, but they're not even like having me do anything. And I feel like that's a lot. That's a lot of my friends say that. Like sometimes I don't even do anything while I'm at work. So I'm like, okay, one, you're not doing anything at work, and then you're asking for less hours with the same pay. It's like that seems to be a common theme sometimes. It's like it's simple. When you break it down, it's really simple. The more hours you work, the more money you get. So
right.
If you want less hours, you're gonna get less money. I don't understand.
I explained flat rate to we were talking about flat rate mechanics on the podcast last podcast, I think. And flat rate mechanic is a little different. I don't know if you're familiar with how that works or not, kid.
Nah, I'm not.
I'll make it really short. I won't bore everybody, but as a flat rate mechanic, let's say I make $25 an hour as a flat rate mechanic, and they give you a car for a tune-up, and they say, okay, that tune-up pays 1 hour. So I work on it. I do the job in an hour. I get my $25. If it takes me 2 hours because I'm struggling, I'm slow, I don't get it, I get the job done, but it takes me 2 hours, I only get $25.
Yeah.
I get paid the 1 hour no matter what.
Yeah, you've explained this to me.
Okay. But the reverse is also true. What if I'm really fast at tune-ups and I get it done in half an hour? I still get the $25 for that half an hour's worth of work.
Yeah.
And if I can do 2 tune-ups in an hour, now I make $50 an hour. If I can do a 6-hour transmission in 2 hours, I get paid the whole 6 hours.
Yeah, it's skill based.
So that was a job that I liked because it was dependent on me. I made sure that I got a fair wage, whatever was the going rate at the time for a mechanic. Then it's how fast I was, how good I was, what special tools I had. My paycheck could be double every single week. I could work 40 hours and get 60, 75 hours only working 40 hours. Mm-hmm. That was more on me. That's kind of different than what you guys are doing, going, I'm standing around doing nothing. I'd like to work less and get paid more.
Well, what I hate about, I know it says, what I hate about the media, what I hate about the news. Well, yeah, but seriously, they paint all of Gen Z in the light of the people that are complaining about that kind of thing, you know?
They do.
Because those kinds of people.
It's a highlight topic, and it's not everybody, but they get a small group of, Tide Pod eating, bottle flipping Gen Zs, and then say, this is what every kid is like. I know it's not.
Because, they speak the loudest. People who just want to put their head down and get the hours and get the money. My friend Noah, who hasn't been on the show yet, I'm going to get him on. He works at a Cracker Barrel. He just got, it's like his first job.
Right.
He's been working there for like a month. He's like, dude, I'm not getting paid enough. I'm like, well, did you ask for more hours? He's like, yes, I want more hours so I can make
Wait,
more
he's
money.
not getting paid enough per hour, or he's not getting paid enough on a check?
He's not getting paid enough on a check.
Okay.
Because he wants more hours. That's what he wants. He doesn't want more money for the same type of work he's doing.
All right, I got you. Well,
so it's
good. At least you got some kids that are eager to do some stuff around there.
Dude, what I find stupid is that if you feel like you're not making enough money, your first question to your boss shouldn't be, I should get a raise, unless you're doing like exceptional work, it's exceptions. It should be, can I get more hours? Can I work more?
Well, and my generation would walk up to a boss and go, what can I do to earn more money?
Yeah.
That's a basic thing. And to let the person tell you, well, we can give you more hours. We can increase your pay if you take on more responsibilities. We can send you to train. I mean, if you just walk up as a generic question to a guy and say, what can I do to earn more money? You're saying, what I want to earn it. What do I got to do? That's a basic difference between generations. That's what my generation used to do.
And the part of Gen Z that isn't, that is outspoken, that is talked about in the media, they want to coast on life with their job as a hobby, it's their thing they go do while they live life.
Well, that's okay. I was going to bring this up like 2 weeks ago. There was a rash of articles that said Gen Z is not taking jobs seriously. They're taking life seriously. And I said, what the fuck does that even mean? So I read the articles, and I'm telling you, there was probably 12 of them, and they all said that Gen Z just tolerates their job to get their paycheck. They pay for their little stuff, but mainly it's to go have fun. Go do things and get out there, and they buy little things and trinkets, and they drive around. That's all they're cared about is fun. It's like, all right, well, I don't know whether that... Now, I want to tell you, everybody bashes on Gen Z for that. I got to be honest with you. I think Generation X was like that probably up into our 30s. Mm-hmm. We just wanted to go and fucking get our paycheck, cash it. We had our car washed. We filled it up with gas. We had a pocket full of cash. We blew it all through the weekend without any sleep. And then we showed up to work on Monday. I got to tell you that, what they're talking about, they paint the picture to be very, very silly, very childish. But if you step it up to a rock and roll status, that's what Gen X was doing.
Can you turn my mic up a little bit?
Yeah.
Please, thank you.
That's what Gen X was doing most of the time, was just we cash our check and just go. Just letting you know.
Yeah, I mean, I want money, man.
All right, switching back over here, I got some more stuff to talk about. So yeah, the Gen Z employment thing, they don't want to. They're actually arguing with boomers now about this 9-to-5 bullshit has got to stop. I don't know where you came up with this. I don't know how. We are changing shit around here. To which most of the article boomers were saying, well, you know what? When you're in charge, you can do whatever the fuck you want. But until you're in charge, shut up and sweep the broom, which I'm all in favor of. All right, we talked about that, talked about the wooden satellite. All right, we'll go to something a little more fun here. Let me Let me scroll down to some housekeeping real quick, just so you guys know, if you guys on Facebook, if you guys on Rumble, if you guys on YouTube did not get an announcement. If Facebook didn't tell you that Gen X Talks was going live, neither did Rumble, neither did YouTube, join Patreon. It's $1. It's the only place we send out an email. We give you an email. We just go like, hey, we're going on in half an hour. We'll be over here. Here's what's going on. Couple sentences, and we're out of there. We don't bother you with stuff, but it also, again, it's another place where there's years of behind-the-scenes stuff that nobody else gets to see. But it's $1. It's $1 a month. So for $12 a year, you get an email every time we go live. Mrs. Fort Watton says it's the best dollar she ever spent. And I'm telling you, that girl, I'm not going to say that. that would have got me in a lot of trouble. I'll watch my goddamn self. All right. So let's move back. Boy, some stuff that comes out of my mouth through my brain. But filter, haven't had a lot of alcohol tonight. Filter was working. All right. So let me tell you something that we started to do. Then we kind of dropped it because we got busy. Now we're picking it up again. This is a picture of David Black. David Black, I don't know if he's around tonight. He's been in and out. He's got a full-time job now he lives in California near us. He was one of the many hands that helped put the studio together, and he's been around a long time. So what we did a long time ago is we had a bunch of regulars, a bunch of bottom of the glass people, or as people that were common around here where everybody knew everybody's name. We took as many names as that would send us pictures. David was one, and we cartooned David. This is David cartooned. Okay, you see? David not cartooned, David cartooned. David not cartooned, David cartooned. Why would we do this? I'm glad you asked. Because we're taking the pictures you guys sent us, and we're making a deck of cards. And it's a generation. It's going to be for sale on the website. And so there's 52 cards, and there's 2 jokers. We're going to have 54 pictures of 54 different names, and we don't have all the names. I think we've only got like 38 or 40. We still need more, but people didn't send in their pictures. People didn't want to. It's like, all right, then we'll double up. But I don't even know if Sammy Joe's helped me on this. She's the staff member that's working things out to revive this project, finish the project, cartoon everybody, and get them going. But I don't think she has an email. So you'd have to send, if you have a picture of who you are and you're a regular, I don't care what platform you're on. If you're a name that's been around for a little bit, you count. Send your picture and your name to trippypineapple@genxtalks.com. He can shoot it over to Sammy, and Sammy can put things together. But we did that. That's been the thing we're trying to do. So does anybody know who this is? Does anybody know who this is? I'm not sure what every platform she's on, but I know she's on YouTube. That much I can tell you. There we go. Phoenix Common Star Sweets. That is right. Sweets is the one. Alan, Josh Maddox got it. There we go. Houdini, Shoeless One. Oh, Shoeless One said Sammy. No, it's not Sammy. It is not Sammy Joe. It's Sweets. Gotta be sweet, says Low Torque. So that'll be one. That's a very famous picture of hers. That'll be on one of the playing cards. You see where this is going? It's totally fun, man. That we'll have a Gen X Talks deck of cards with your name and your picture on it. Just your screen name. Doesn't have to be your real name. It can be if you wanted to. But it was fun. And not everybody even sent in their pictures, so fuck them. But here's the last one I got. Anybody know who this is? And I'll give you a clue. This is one of Gen X Mom's favorite people because he wrote a song and came over and played it for her on his guitar, asshole. But he did... Anybody know who this is? There we go. Phoenix. Boy, Marcus got it. Low Torque, Two Bear. Okay. Everybody's got the names on there. How did you guys all know who Low Torque was? You've never even seen this motherfucker in real life, and now gotta be Low Torque. Yeah, there's a bunch of names. So if you haven't, we still have room in the deck of cards. If you haven't turned in your picture and your name, send it to Trippy Pineapple. I saw it putting up a link in there, trippypineapple@genxtalks.com. Just send it in. You know, we're not at a point where we have to pick and choose because we have so many. We'll kind of just take you and put you in because nobody sent him in. Mrs. Fort Watton, Low Torque is a handsome man. No, Mrs. Ford, he's not handsome at all. In fact, Low Torque's a little bit on the ugly side. But when you cartoon somebody, it cleans up nicely, does it not? I mean, it's proof that apps can work because if you think Low Torque's handsome and you're looking at, well, I'm letting you know that is 100% app favored. He does not look like this at all. I mean, even when we cartoon someone, you take their picture, press the button, boom, the cartoon comes out. Take their picture, press the button, boom, the cartoon comes out. We put Lotork's face in there, we hit the button, and all we heard was bing, ding, and then out came that. It took like 7 minutes for that app to clean up Lotork's face to make it look that good. Don't tell me he's handsome. You don't know. You're just talking about an app. Goddamn hippie. Oh, okay. I didn't have time to go through this, so I'm asking a legitimate question here. I don't want you to get too upset, but this was on my screen. How much does a vampire breast lift cost? Now, I didn't even click on the article, but what does that mean? What's a vampire breast? I mean, is that like, can you tell when you look at like, oh, those are vampire boobs? I don't even know what vampire boobs are. I've been around this sun 55 trips around the sun, almost 56. I still don't know what vampire boobs are. Or is that just a way of saying cheap? How much for cheap breast implants? Is that what it is? I'm just asking. If somebody knows, you can tell me, because I don't know. I've never heard of how much does a vampire breast lift cost? I don't know. I might have clicked on it if I really thought that I needed to know, but I do not want to know that bad. I figured I'd ask you guys. Somebody's got to know what that is. So I just figured I'd ask, and if you don't know, you don't know. All right, let's move on. Let's go back over between the sheets. I got some stuff going on. Remember, the sheets are another monitor over here. Google Docs, Google Sheets. It's on my left. It's your right. And when I'm telling a story up here, I can't read what's going on down there. So the moderators on Facebook and Rumble and YouTube, you guys are copying and pasting the cool comments, and away we go. All right. Shannon Brigodet, $10. Missed you, handsome general, on the last bottom of the Glass Nation. I'm sorry, Shannon. I should have started this live stream with an apology that I left you in the hands of such an incompetent broadcast professional. His mic quit cutting out on him. He had trouble. He was late starting the show. It was just a mess. I'm surprised he was even speaking in a language you guys could understand, because sometimes children devolve into gibberish. I don't know. Was it gibberish to you? It seemed like gibberish to me. Of course, his mother was faithfully sitting in the passenger seat next to me while I was driving, and she's laughing. I told her, I said, look, you don't have to fake your courtesy laugh. He can't hear you. And she said, oh, good, thank God, because that was straining the muscles in my neck. I said, now, when we get home, we'll just tell him we laughed the whole time. And it was really, really good. And we got to hope he doesn't say, what was your favorite part? Because then we got to lie. We can lie up until that point, but then you got to come with a really good lie. You got to come clean. But ladies and gentlemen, what you guys had to endure, I do apologize. I think every one of you should ask for a refund. Every one of you. But that's just me. All right. That's not true. The kid did a good job last time, other than the typical technical difficulties that go along with him running a show. Other than that, it was really funny. My wife and I were listening as we were driving back from Two Bears. We went and had lunch with Two Bear and Loud One down in Southern California. And on our way back, we caught the entire show, and it was really funny. We seriously were laughing the whole time. That kid has some great improv skits. It was a blast. Shannon, I did miss you too. I mean, when you look at the kid and then you have to compare it to this, I understand. I'd miss me too. Shannon Bergo, $10. Thank you very much. Turn my whole screen yellow. I appreciate you, dear. Now, let's see. What do we got here? What's the next one? Sammy Joe from the personal page. What's happening? Hot stuff. Long duck dong voice. 300 stars sent. Oh, what's happening? Hot stuff. Long duck dong voice. You guys aren't even going to know where that's from, but I do. Josh Maddox, $2. Here's my $2 flat rate. $2 flat rate. So Josh Maddox is paying his $2. He gets a whole show for $2 as long as it takes me. Sean MacArthur from the Facebook page on the personal side. And boy, screen jumped on me there. Where does it say? Gen Z kid, here's a little something for you. Proud of your accomplishments. When is the next time you're gaming? 100 stars sent. He doesn't game anymore. That's not true. He doesn't game with you guys anymore. He games with his friends. He's moved on from the crowd of Gen X talks. He plays with the elite. He can't lower himself and bend the knee. So I am. We've almost got it hooked up and running where I can play some Halo 3 with you guys and we can dick around online to get our gaming hours. We're going to try to keep doing it. I'm working it out. We're really close now. But you're not going to play with the kid anymore. He's moved on. I'm sorry. He tore up your phone numbers. You're not dating anymore. He ain't going to call you. He's done. Okay, you're a junior high person, and he's in college now. That's the way you need to view it. He doesn't look over his shoulder. Michelle M. TDP sent my ugly mug to the site before. Do me. Okay, that's twice you've started with fuck me and you've ended one with do me. I'm going to say you're having some issues tonight where you need some personal attention. So I'm not sure if you need to grab a janitor or if you got a man waiting for you at home, but it is clear something's going on, Michelle. Sean MacArthur Personal, the vampire breast lift uses your own blood to stimulate new collagen. Then big words, and more big words, tissue development. Okay, if you're going to use your own blood to stimulate shit, then why isn't your blood just already stimulating shit? That sounds like they're going to give you a jab in your tit and say, hope it works. That'll be $5,000. Kathy Youngblood from the personal Facebook page. I seriously just want you to know if you were in Petaluma at the sprint car races. Yeah, last year we were. We got invited up to participate. The kid got to drop the flags. I don't think the checkered flag, but I know he got to drop the opening flags. And we gave away a bunch of T-shirts. We took a bunch of pictures, signed some autographs. I got to be in the booth, not calling the race because I didn't know enough about it, but a little bit before, a little bit in the middle, and then at the end. And it was a lot of fun, and we had a good time. I don't know what station they were broadcasting on, some local radio station, but yeah, if we were invited back, we'd go. But obviously, we had such a poor performance, we were never invited back. But yes, we were there. Now, they told us they had a good time, but I don't know. That's not true. We text messaged a lot with them afterwards. It was a lot of fun for everybody involved. Christine Dvorak gifted 5 Gen X Talks membership on YouTube. Who got those memberships? Stony B got one. I can't read that. Dr. Duran got one. And Snowflake got one. And somebody else. I can't read those in here because of this light, how dim this monitor is. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. And Coleman got one. Drew Coleman. The monitors to my left, we can't adjust the brightness on. We've really fucked the dog on that one. So anyway, I'm having trouble with the copy and paste. The words I can read, just so you know. All right, so let me jump back over here. I can read this one for myself. Thank you very much. This one is a big yellow screen. Carl Gerard, our famous Frenchman, $10. Hello, General and Bottom of the Glass Nation. BBE, love the placement of the Advent calendar. Glad it got there. Yeah, the Advent calendar is Hans Gruber falling day 1, day 2, day 3. And when Hans Gruber falls at the bottom of Nakatomi Plaza, right here behind me, then Christmas is ready. I can't believe I didn't have this thing my whole life. This is great. I'm digging this one. Orange screen. $20 to the studio fund. You know what, Mrs. Four? I got a picture for that. Thank you, Mrs. Four Watton. $20 for the studio fund, which I'm going to use for the radio fund. But I will show you a picture of something because some of you are asking. That's the wrong screen. Come on there, dumbass me. Okay, so here's the deal. The studio, if you guys have had an inkling, the studio is right here. That's the kid all the way to your right. I'm over here on the left. Hey, how's it going? And then if I go like this, you can see another shot. The kid's underneath us at the time. And what you can't see anymore is the big pine wooden table, which used to be here. It is now gone. Where is it gone? Well, I would love to show you. Let's scroll down here. Low torque cartoon. We can erase low torque again. We can erase vampire boobs and low torque. They can both leave and never come back. Okay, so here's what the table looked like. This is my section. We pulled out all my gear. We pulled out all the electronics and everything. You can see the holes in the table that we drilled. And some of those are outlets, sockets with USB ports and 110 ports. Some of them are just pass-throughs, but we pulled everything off of that and we began to black vinyl over it. And Gen X Mom, where is the picture of Gen X Mom? There it is. And she took that table, that's the same table, and she had this black vinyl that she pulled over it sheet by sheet. So it is in sections. It's not all one big piece. It is serviceable. We can fix things if they go wrong. And she did the whole thing all the way from my end through the middle, all the way on her side, the guest side of microphones, all the way to the other side of the studio. It's kind of hard to see from an overhead picture once it's done because you can't really tell because it all blends together. But the idea is that everything on here that's black, she did. And it's on her side too, where that blue blanket on the chair is over there, where her monitor is. That whole section is black. The top section is black. Where that, just to give you guys an idea, if you haven't gone and seen the sticker section on Studio, which there's a link on the website. Go all the way, genxtalks.com, scroll all the way to the bottom. There's one called Studio. Click on it. It's 300 pictures of what it took to put the studio together and then all the decorations. Now, the reason I'm telling you is if you don't go look, that sticker in the center that says KGXT, that section lifts off. All of the wiring that goes across this studio for the microphones, the cameras, everything else is inside there. So you lift off that lid, and there's a channel thing. See, when Lionheart designed the studio, when he was out here, he put all the studio together. He built the table for all of us. We kind of knew what we wanted in our head, but he actually made it come to life. One of the things he did was he built a center section so everything's serviceable. We can get to all the wires. We can put the lid back down. We can rotate stuff out. It's not all hanging underneath, and it really turned out well. So the main thing is that, yes, Mrs. 4 Watt and Studio Fun, we still have some odds and ends. We're still, to complete the studio 100%, we're probably 3 or 4 headphones short, 1 microphone, and then the studio is pretty much complete and functional, and it works. The next thing is a portable studio, something small that we can take with us, because we end up doing a lot of stuff in other places, and we can't tear all this gear out every time we go someplace. So just getting some basics, we'll work on that next. But the big thing is the radio station. That's the big expense next, just so you know. Mrs. 4 Watt, you won't mind if I steal your studio money and put it towards a radio station, will you? Of course not. Christina Dvorak, $300 for a new monitor so you can adjust the light on it. Oh my God. Christina, I promise I will not spend your money on Singapore hookers. Okay? I would never do that again. So you can count on me. Christine Dvorak, she's a big supporter of the program, does some good work around here with donating specifically where it goes, just like Mrs. 4. She's like, Mrs. 4 has done some things where she's donated money and said, you will buy this and don't get it this way, get it that way so that it works, and don't cut yourself short. I can't tell you how many times she's like, pushed me to the side and go, yeah, that's not going to happen. You're doing this. And she was right. Turns out every time she's done that, she was right. Mrs. 4 Watton is always in the studio, or in this comment section. She's always running the numbers on stuff. She always figures out what I'm talking about that I think I need, and ends up at the finish line before I get there going, this is what you really need. If she wasn't classy, if she wasn't beautiful, if Mrs. 4 Watton wasn't ever present, I would still keep her around, because these peaches right here that are falling into this, these ass-shaped peaches, that is Mrs. 4 Watton's perfectly ass-shaped peaches. Every time you donate $5, Mrs. 4 Watton's ass goes in the jar, and you can never get enough of Mrs. 4. At least that's how I feel. So thank you very much, Mrs. 4. Thank you very much, Christina, for doing that. I will tell you something. I wasn't going to bring this up, but my wife has dropped my stuff off here. So moderators, take a second, get your links. We're trying to raise money for the radio station, which is going to be hugely expensive because of the music rights. Everybody knows you got to pay for the music rights. And we've been talking about this off and on for a year. We're close to starting it up. But there are some people that have been, you folks, there are some people that have been kind enough to give us donations, one-time donations for the radio station. And we make a plaque. We engrave a plaque. We'll put on it whatever you want. It's going to be hard to see on camera. But when you buy something, it can have your name on it. It can have a saying on it. It can be whatever you want. We'll engrave it. These are metal. They're not plastic. These are going to get screwed and bolted to the outside of the studio for everyone to see forever. They're a one-time thing, but if you want to donate, the staff can put up the link on Facebook and Rumble. If you want to link right to, not just to the shop. See, some moderators will link you to the shop. Cool moderators will link you right to this item. Why it's important is there's different levels of pay of donation for different colors. The green one is a $50 donation. And you get it engraved. Doesn't matter how much you're paying, you're getting it engraved. This one says Talk Hard. That's from Pump Up the Volume. So for those of you, it's a very, very good pull from the 80s movies. So there's several colors that go on the outside of the studio, and there's 3 colors if you donate your one-time offering that go inside the studio. There's blue, red, and black. If you donate to those and you put your name on it, this is Brother Bruns. He's bottom of the installation, Hesperia, California. He says, suck it up. You can put on there whatever you want. These are going inside the studio. When guests come inside the studio, these are going to be in frame behind me, and they're going to be a conversation piece for people that come in. So that these are ones that are already spent. Okay. Last one, the top one, is the black one. This is the black diamond. This is your black Amex card of Gen X Talks Radio. And this one goes behind me. It's been engraved. And this one says, best to KGXT. And this says, Mrs. Four Watton, the bookkeeper. Mrs. Four donated this black one. This is going to go behind us over there. These people donated on these right here. Let's see who it was. It was nobody. I can't tell who. This one is Shannon Brigodi. She did a silver one. That's right. And John Morgan did the green one. That's his on here. I didn't know the names were on these already. Brother Bruns, we talked about his. He did a blue one. And Mrs. Fort Watton did a black one. This is the first round. Once we get a bunch of these together, we're going to put them up. We'll have a little ceremony. The kid will be drilling them into the walls and mounting them. We'll take some pictures. It'll be on the website so people can see which ones have gone up. We put everything up in here on the website. Everybody gets to see the flags and so you guys send us some cool stuff. We put it up in here and then we acknowledge it. We put it up on the website, little caption with where we got it, who sent it in, stuff like that. It's a lot of fun, and the radio station's a big deal. The radio station, they can't hang up on us. YouTube can shut us off if they want to. So can Facebook, so can Rumble, so can Instagram. But when we have our own radio station, we can say what we want. You can't make us go away. That's the point. All right, back to what I was talking about. So, yeah, there's my lovely wife, and she spent the better part of one day putting all this stuff together. So we got it. Also, we had an interview, an in-studio, in-person interview with Scott Robinson from Loomis Cigar Cartel. He was down here, and I have been on their podcast. I was a guest on their podcast, which is Beyond the Humidor. He came down, and I'm telling you, we had just the greatest time. We laughed almost the whole 2 hours on there. The audio, the raw audio, has been sent out to Two Bear and to Mrs. Four. They're reviewing it for content to make sure that we're good. Then when they send it back, we'll edit it up, trim it up, and post it for you guys. It's free. It's going to be a lot of fun. One of the best in-studio interviews we've had so far. Was a whole lot of fun. All right. I don't want to talk about this. Dr. McDreamy is part of the Pigskin Pick'em, where you pick the winners, and he is in first place. Just picking football. Winners and lunars. No teams, no money. You can see 4 and 5 places, both staff with Trippy, Pineapple, and Lionheart. Gen X Mom is in 9th place. I'm not on the list. I'm in there, but I'm so far down I want to talk about it. But Dr. McDreamy has the leads. That's all you need to know. I'm telling you. So this came across my screen. This is a thermal paste for inside computer hardware. Yeah, when they do motherboards and they do circuitry and they put those little paste on there that is an insulator and it's a protector from corrosion. And somebody made it apple scented. Why would you make a flavored or an apple scented paste inside of a computer? I already know. Now, see, from my Gen X brain, this is some moron who was a glue eater as a 5-year-old, and he had it all over his fingers. Says, one day I'm going to do something special, and this is going to taste great because glue doesn't taste good. And he did. He grew up, and he made that was Mike Tyson as a 5-year-old. In case you didn't catch on to that, and that was gonna. They made apple scented thermal paste because you got to have glue that smells like something you might want to put in your mouth. God damn hippies, I swear to Christ. All right, this one was a great story. I've been telling you guys about the pendulum swinging the other way. I told you how the woke movement made a run at Spotify, and Spotify said, yeah, we're not doing it. They did it with Rogan. They did it with Dave Chappelle, and they didn't back down. Now, Chappelle got dinged on HBO and some other stuff a little bit, but he's still there. Nobody got canceled. There are example after examples after examples after examples of the pendulum swinging back the other way, where people are shutting down the woke movement going, look, we don't give a shit anymore. We're losing money, and we don't care. And I'm going to tell you 2 stories, and one I really love. The other one, I'm trying to warm up to the idea. And let me tell you the whole story, okay? Let you decide where you land on this. Don't just side with me. You choose where you land. All right. So Here's the article. UFC President Dana White issues a 2-word response to a sponsor over a Donald Trump request. Donald Trump came to a big UFC fight. He was in New York because of his court appearances. He gets with Dana White, who he owns the UFC. He is the UFC. And he says, hey, I'd like to go to the thing. So, yeah, come on down. We put him in the front row, got him a seat. The whole crowd cheered for Donald Trump when he came in. He sits down. He goes and does his stuff. One of UFC's sponsors spends a lot of money, called up Dana and said, you pull down those tweets and those pictures and those videos of Donald Trump right now. They didn't like him. They didn't want to be associated with him. They wanted to be associated with the UFC, but since the UFC was associated with Donald Trump, and Dana White says, go fuck yourself. He told him to fuck off. He said, go fuck yourself. He says, his exact words were, I'm at a point in my life when it's not all about the money. I want to align myself and my business with like-minded individuals. I don't care how much corporate money you got. If you don't like it, don't fucking advertise here. Get the fuck out. Now, that was the part I like. That is the pendulum swinging the other way, where organizations are taking a stand and going, you better pull that down. That's offensive. And we fuck off. We don't care. I love that part. Now, Dana White was on Theo Von, and I watched the podcast on that, most of it. And one part of it, he talked about Bud Light. Now, we all know what's going on with Bud Light. I learned something I didn't know. Bud Light chose, Mulvaney as the influencer that was the trans that ruined everything. And they're still losing money. Don't think they're not. They are. They're still a profitable company. But I didn't realize that when Bud Light sent out those cans to Mulvaney with his picture on them, they did it to, I think, 2,000 other influencers. They sent it out to everybody. All these people that they liked, hey, for you, cans for you, your face on these. I didn't know they did that. It went out to thousands of others. Now, this one became an issue because Bud Light supports, Bud Light's part of it, Bud Light, and everybody turned on Bud Light. And it makes sense why they did. That typical beer drinking, Bud Light drinking, American, redneck, hillbilly football. I got it. Didn't fit with the transgender movement at all, and they walked away. But the two things that came up that Dana White said, he goes, look, one, he goes, this whole thing got blown up because of one thing, and he goes, and I get it. He goes, understand. He's not against the people that did it. He says, but did you know Bud Light sent it out to 2,000 other people or 2,500 other influencers? Nobody complained about them. You couldn't have agreed with all of the people that they sent them out to, but nobody said a word. I didn't know that. The other thing was, he says, Dana White says, Bud Light employs 65,000 Americans. He goes, just on that right there, you think they'd get a pass for all the stuff they do. They support veterans organizations with millions of dollars. You think Bud Light would get a pass just based on that? And this is his one man's opinion. Then he says, Bud Light wants to partner with me. I'm sure part of it's to rebuild their reputation. UFC's, a big fighting kind of grunge man's man type of brawl. I got it. It's a good move for Bud Light. I can see why they would do that. And Dana said, yeah. He goes, I'm not going to fault you guys over one thing you did with one can, with one person. And, you sent it. He knew much more of the story than I did. I never heard all those things before. And he said again, he goes, they're not trying to drag me into the transgendered. Okay, they're not saying, hey, we're gonna support UFC because we're bringing transgender to the UFC. No, not at all. When people come to Dana White with stuff like that, they're signing on to his agenda. Remember that. That's an old Ronald Reagan thing. Some gay community back in the day when Ronald Reagan was running for president donated like $10,000 or something, or maybe it was $1,000, and to his campaign. And they immediately the press said, "What are you're siding with the gay organizations? The gay organization or whatever it was sent you money." And Ronald Reagan looked at the camera and said, "When they donate money, I'm not signing on to their agenda. They're signing on to mine. That's what the money's for." He was right. That's stuck in my head. It's been, 40 years stuck in my head. Dana White's doing exactly the same thing. When people come to him, they're not trying to change him. They're not trying to drag their agenda to him. When they come to him with advertising, he said, hey, man, we'd like to sign on to what you're doing. It's brilliant. Now, I think he did sign on with Bud Light. I'm beginning to try to rethink some of my thoughts by what he said. There was so many good things that Bud Light has done and is still doing, and they did get crucified over this. Is their punishment over? Will they be more careful next time? I'm sure. I just thought it was a unique thing to think about with that, what his position is. And Dana White doesn't give a shit what I think one way or the other, not even a little bit. But I got to say that for as much as I was anti-Bud Light and laughing at them and happy that they were losing money, I got to say my opinion is starting to bend the other way when you listen to all the stuff they're still doing. And even if, let's say that was a blatant mistake, I bet they don't do it again. And guess what? I bet you fucked up. I bet you've made some mistakes that you wish people would forget about, where you can move on. I have. I certainly know I've done some fucked up shit going, God, I hope nobody holds that against me forever. I'm just letting you guys know that the pendulum is swinging back the other way. And I think there's room for improvement as it goes along. That's all I'm trying to tell you. I'm keeping it simple. I'm talking to you like a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. I'm just passing along an observation. None of this was on the news in the way that I'm saying it. I know I'm speaking in $3 words. I'm not using the $12 words that all the big media outlets do. Was listening to what Dana White said, and that has got to be one of the most common man type of spokesman you can listen to. He just came out and said, this is the gig, man. Made it simple, said his piece, and moved on. And I got to tell you, I replayed that part of the conversation a few times to get it in my head because it made sense, especially when he was ready for it. He was on Theo Von. He listed all the other stuff that Bud Light does. They were doing it for years. They're not just doing it now to cover up for that. They were doing it for years. This thing got fucked up, and they're still doing the right thing and the good stuff. And I don't know, man. I'm just telling you that my mind is kind of hanging in the other direction a little bit. I got some more processing to do, but I'm leaning towards their punishment's over. Let's get Bud Light back on board with America again, because they definitely were before. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to sway you guys' opinion. You guys can tell me what you want. You guys can have an opinion too. You can tell me to get fucked. Tell me that I'm out of line. You can hang up on me and stop listening to the program. But I'm not like some of you that are stuck in my ways. Nope, that's it. I just believe this, and you're never going to change my mind. And even if you show me proof, I'm not listening because I'm a big baby. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not stuck in my ways with anything. If you guys come up with something reasonable, I'm going to consider it. If it sounds like it's not right, full of shit, I'm going to stick with where I'm at. But if something comes along that makes sense and questions my position on something, absolutely I'm open to change. Absolutely I am. I am not stuck in my ways. And there's some people that doesn't matter what you tell them. You can show them proof of aliens and they're going to say, nope, there's no aliens. And I don't, I don't want to hear it. I'm not one of those guys. So there's my thing. I'm sorry I went on for so long on that, but you know who I was talking to this whole time? The Sun Valley Fox's wife. I'm assuming my sister-in-law is listening. And so I was kind of having a conversation with her, kind of just in layman's terms and just dumb mechanic speak. That's where I was going with that. So I hope that you were listening, and I hope that helps you out, and I hope that it kept it simple, but something to consider. You and I can both consider these things. All right. John Jensen, $2. Thank you very much, John, for the $2. Turn my whole screen blue. D8 Nile. The GXT logo on the middle is the tits. Thanks, man. It came out pretty well. I patterned it after the KLOS logo. It looks kind of cool. Michelle M. General, till I get my big red one, I will never be satisfied. Oh, my God, Michelle, it is so much fun having you around here. I'm so glad you're hanging out with Josh over on Rumble. That's great. Michelle M. Until I get my big red one, I will never be satisfied. Gary Garcia, 99 stars. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate that. You're going to give me enough stars. I'm going to Taco Bell tonight. Mrs. 4 Watt and $10. I want my number one shot glass, General. You can keep the 200 shot glass. You hurt my feelings. The number one, we sold 200 shot glasses. They were engraved. They were numbered. We only sold 200. They were numbered. Technically, they're numbered 0 to 200, but the 0 one doesn't count. But 1 to 200 was the stuff that was out there for you guys. And the kid ended up with number 1. I don't know how he did. I honestly thought Allie in Boston. Remember her, Allie from Boston? She was a part of the program, part of the staff for a long time. I thought she had that one. And turns out the kid had it. Mrs. Four Watton wants it. And I said, well, I've got the last one, Mrs. Four. I've got the 200 right here, number 200. It's engraved right on the bottom. And she's like, yeah, you can just keep that. Where's that other one? Where's the one with the 1 on it? Yeah. Thanks a lot, Mrs. Four, sweeping me aside yet again. Thanks for doing that. That looks like Tomash. Me love you all, bottom of the class nation. From Tomash, looks like he's over there on Facebook. He's a 20-month subscriber, and he's got his little green subscriber badge going on. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All right, let me jump back in here on the picture deal on that side, see if there's anything I missed. I hope that there is not. Where's the fucking cursor, man? When I go from screen to screen, I have some issues. Calm your ticks and dits. I don't want to talk about that. I don't talk about that. I don't talk about that. Please, everybody, go listen to the Beach Boys Christmas album. My mom put it on my entire life growing up, from the time I was a baby until I moved out when I was 9. I listened to the Beach Boys Christmas album. If you want to be in the spirit of Generation X, there's a good way to do it, because we all had that. Our parents played that 24 hours a day. A lot of Generation X things go back. I'm giving you a clue to the past, man. The podcast drops tomorrow. It drops tomorrow. Well, actually, it won't. It's recorded. It's edited. It's ready to go. But Gen X Mom has now fallen asleep. I don't have a picture. Two Bear, are you listening? I have no picture, no cover picture. I even edited the video portion. No picture. Yeah, I'm stuck. I have no way to complete this task without the picture. I don't know what to do. But it's supposed to drop at midnight, 12:02 a.m. Los Angeles time, and then you guys can listen to the podcast. That means if there's no picture, Two Bear does not have to buy donuts for the entire dealership. Dr. McDreamy and his wife, they're going their walk every Friday morning. They go on a walk together. One headphone in each of them listening to the podcast. No, not tomorrow, because we don't have it ready. That means they have to walk and talk to each other. Oh, the horror. But it's going to happen because of my wife. She's a bad person. She doesn't care about people, and you know it's true. All right, so listen. We've covered the stuff we're supposed to cover. We're a little bit long on the hour, and I have some more stuff in here. I can't get to everything today. I wanted to make it fun. I wanted to make it light. I left Israel alone. There's some stuff I want to talk about with the hospitals, and I'll leave them in there. We can talk about them next time. Thursday, tomorrow morning, we have a world show. I'll tell you what. I'll bring up the Israel stuff and the observations of the world show tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. We have a world show here on Gen X Talks. It's on Facebook Blue, and it's on YouTube. It's not on Rumble, and it's not on the personal page. And what I mean by Facebook Blue is there's 2 Gen X Talks Facebook pages. One has blue letters and blue pictures and blue backgrounds and blue headers. Very easy to find. The other one is not blue. So you figure out which one it is. If you want to tune in and just listen, you can listen to the World Show. We do a lot of politics. We do a lot of cultural stuff. We try to tie in things from all around the planet. And I ask you guys, if you guys are in the Netherlands and there's something going on there, I'm like, well, call me, let me know what's going on. And yes, we do have our ability to take phone calls now. So at some point, if you guys have phone numbers, which a lot of you do, most people don't even use phones anymore. Everything's text messaging. But there was a time when you could call someone, reach out and touch someone. That was AT&T, and not in a pedophile way, like in a good way. If I got your number, I can give you a call, or if we talk about stuff around the planet, I can give you an address. You can email me your phone number right live during the program. I can pick up my phone and call you. Then you got my phone number forever. It's a privilege and a plus, and I don't mind doing it because you guys are all good people. Listen, I got to get out of here. I got to go. Thank you guys for tuning in. Not sure where you guys were listening from on this planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps somewhere on the Armed Service Radio Network. We do appreciate you wasting time with us. You can waste your time anywhere you want, and you chose to be here with us. We are privileged to have you guys around. Gen X Talks wouldn't be anything without you folks. Please don't ever forget that. Please consider buying a plaque on the website for the shop for helping the radio station. It's a big expense, and it's a lot of work, and we're trying to get there from here. Remember, wherever you go, there you are, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. That's right. I said it.
Yeah, he said it. Yeah, you did.
I did say it.
You did. No, you did
I
good.
said-
No,
I
no,
said
you
it.
did good. You did good. You said it.
All right, can we go now?
I thought you were already gone.
No, can I hang up now? You done talking?
Why haven't you hung up?
I'm
yet?
hanging up.
I told you to. You said it. You said the
I'm
thing.
hanging up.